Hello everyone, it is your boy Winster and I am back at it again with another video. Today we are doing some test hands with the Fire King Snake Eyes strategy, arguably the best deck in the format. Maybe not arguably, probably the best deck in the format. So if you guys are planning to play this deck and just need some combo lines or just to see how the deck functions, that way you could counter it, this is going to be the video that you're going to want to watch. But before we get into today's video, guys, thank you so much for everyone who has been subscribing. I really appreciate the support. And if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing. It helps us grow here on the channel. We're trying to reach 2,000 subs, which is absolutely insane. Also, while you're at it, please be sure to check out all my other platforms. I got a very active Discord, very active Twitter, Twitch. I need to pick it back up, and TikTok. Make sure you guys follow me everywhere. I'm gonna put it in the description box. That way you guys can stay up to date if you guys like enjoying this type of content. But let's go ahead and go into the deck. I'll give a quick deck profile and then we'll go straight into the test hands. Before I get into the test hands, let's do a quick deck profile. I play 3 Ash, standard, 2 popular, pretty standard, wouldn't recommend more than 2. 3 Bellstar, I wouldn't recommend more than 2. Maybe an argument could be made about the third, but it could be bricky at times. We play the 1 Oak, you only ever need 1. We play 1 Flamberge. The argument could be made about playing the second, but for me, personally, it doesn't ever come up. Like I said, standard, we play 3 Wanteds, and then I play 1 original Sinful Spoils. Argument can be made about playing 2, but personally don't think you need it. I play the Field Spell. Field Spell is actually really good, helps you play around Nibiru, which is a pretty prominent threat right now, especially against this deck. I play 3 Bonfire. This is not a necessary point, but it does add a lot of consistency to the deck, but definitely don't need it. Fire King Engine, the brickiest part of the deck. I'll play 1 Ponix, 2 Kieran. I was playing the 3. 3 is not good in my opinion. The best is going to be an Imperm Dodger. Worst is going to be part of the combo. But I wouldn't cut it down to 2 because you at least want to see it for the combo. 1 Arvada, just for the negation, really good. And then 1 Garunix. I wouldn't play more than those recommendations. Again, the argument can be made for Kieran, but it's because he's the best one, but that's not saying much for the Fire King stuff. 1 Sanctuary, 1 Island. You don't even play into the Exceed anymore, so those are kind of irrelevant. It's just good protection. Non-engine, we play 3 Droll, 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, 3 Imperm, 3 Cross Out, and 3 Talons. So it's 42 cards in total. If you don't want to play the Talons, you could just play other hand traps, Ghost Bell, Effect Veiler, Moonlight Chill. I definitely think in this matchup, because you're just playing so much, you're playing against so much versus Fire King that you have to cross out. Play the cross out in the main because it is so good. You just cross out whatever they're trying to play and just negate their effects. Extra deck, 1 Relinquished, 1 Linkuriboh, 1 Sunlight Wolf, 1 Hita, 1 Dark, 1 Little Knight, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP for the Link 2s. Link 3, Promethean Princess, Selene. Selene comes in really clutch. Sometimes you just need a second level 3. You could play a second Princess, but it doesn't really come up for me personally. Link 4s, of course, you play the Zealantis and Raging Phoenix. This is insane, man. You get like 3 pops during the battle phase. The IP goes without saying, and then we play the Ambler Whale. And then the last is Underworld Goddess. This comes up so much. The one thing that this deck does have problems with is cards that it can't be like destroyed, or cards that are unaffected by other monster effects. You don't really have an out because I don't play any kaijus. But yeah, Underworld Goddess just says goodbye to those cards. Pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna go ahead and do a test hand. We open the pop, the island, the ash, the oak, and then we open the talons. Like I'm not gonna cap. This is actually a really good hand. Unfortunately, we don't have like grave setup, so summoning the oak is like kind of useless. We're gonna obviously summon the poplar, and then we're gonna go ahead and activate the effect. And then you could just add any like snake eye spell or trap, which is really good. There's really realistically there's only 1 target, but there are some other targets. I just don't think it's really useful to get the field spell. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the original Sinful Spoils. And then we're just going to activate it and then send this as cost. And then we're going to go ahead and summon a level 1 fire. Because we already have the field spell, I wouldn't go for Ponix here. And realistically, if we look at our hand, we don't have any other way to play around the droll. So if we did get drolled on the Poplar, we could just do Talons and get rid of whatever other hand trap our opponent has. So again, not like the biggest problem. We'll go ahead and do Chainlink 1 Ash, Chainlink 2 Poplar. And here, I think I'm just want to have more fire monsters in my hand. So I'm going to go for Ponix. Obviously, it can't search itself. But I definitely think that's going to be the better option. And let's say that we did get rolled. We still have Droll of our own, or we still have the Ash and with the Talons, so we're really going to be able to see whatever play our opponent has. But we also have follow-up for next turn. We still have the original Sinful Spoils. We could probably link this off at some point, but we're going to add the Ponix. Here I will, oh yeah, and then we'll go ahead and put the Poplar right there. We're gonna go ahead and activate the Oak or the Ash, and then we are going to special summon. We're gonna go ahead and special summon the Oak. Unfortunately, it's in our hand already, but whatever. We're gonna go ahead and activate Oak effect, special summon this, and then we'll just continue through the combo, man. We're going to go ahead and do that. And Oak effect, we're going to go ahead and special summon the Flameburge. It is a little bad that we ended up opening up the Oak. It did stop some of our combo lines. Like, we're going to search Oak anyways. Where we're going to search, maybe not the island, but whatever. Here, I'll probably activate the island, activate the effect, pop the Ponix. And then we're going to add the Garunix. The reason that we're doing this play is because we need an extra body to link this guy off. We're going to go ahead and activate Garunix, summon it, effect. And here, I think the better option is, I mean, there's no wrong, like, do we want the Arvada in play? Or do we want the Kieran? I think maybe getting the Kieran right now because he's, I mean, given they both special summon, but we can't get the Arvada into circulation with its effect active, and especially it's already normal summon. So we had the Kieran, oh no, we popped the Kieran, excuse me, and then Kieran effect, we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Ponix. Now, we do these two to Sunlight Wolf. The reason I did the Ponix is because I want to have as many normal level 1s in my graveyard as I can, just in case I get DD Crow. Given I have enough targets, but we're going to go ahead and activate Flameburge effect. We're going to do the Ash, and then we're going to do the Oak. At this point, I would want to get Kieran back into my hand. So we'll activate Wolf, add the Kieran back. And then at this point, we would go ahead and do Link 2. Because we want to use all our resources and build a substantial board. We're going to go into IP. And then here, we're going to go ahead and link this bad boy off in Wolf. And then go into Sunlight Princess, or Promethean Princess. And then we'll go ahead and activate Princess Effect. And then summon back the Flameburge. And then we will go ahead and link 2. Or link 4, excuse me, what am I talking about? And then we go ahead and get Ambler Whale. So our end board is going to be this. We'll use the Promethean Princess and the IP to go into the Whale. Even though we use IP, it just can't be popped by our opponent's card effect. So we could pop it, which is fine. And then here we'll go ahead and do the Flameburge effects, and then we'll go ahead and set. Now, like I said, if we got like Nibiru, if we got Nibiru, if we got Drolled, we would have still been able to like counter our opponent. Overall, I think we still had like a good line, right? And then here, like this board is insane, right? Even though it doesn't look too menacing. During our opponent's main phase, activate, summon, and then whenever we feel threatened, just link these three off into IP. Hopefully they didn't have the talons. We would try our best not to play into it, but yeah, this board is pretty nuts. That was a pretty crazy hand. And for the record, I am playing 42 cards, so don't forget about that, guys. Playing 42 cards. You don't have to play 42. You can play what you want, but this meta is just Fire King. So let's go into test number 2. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Very painful that we opened the Flameburge, but that is perfectly fine. We have the Nibiru. We can't play around somewhat versus Droll, or we just activate in the draw phase, but it's going to be tough. But I think the right option here is activating Wanted in the draw phase, so we can get the Witch. So Grave. Then I guess here, because we it's tough, man. This is tough. I mean, we could go straight into it, like, because we want to play around something, right? So I think committing the normal summon is perfectly fine. So we'll summon our Vada, and then we will go ahead and try to play around the Nib and the Droll. So yeah, we'll just activate the bonfire. Okay. So if they do have something, we could activate, because we have Flameburge. It's unfortunate, but we have an option to stop like Droll here. We have an option to stop Nib here. So pretty good. So on res, we'll activate Poplar. If they were to Droll, we'll just activate our Vada, pop the Flameburge. But a little bit of a commitment, but we'll still be able to build something. Okay, so we'll activate effects. Yeah, here we go. That's unfortunate, but we're still okay. We are still okay. So here, we'll activate the Witch. Or I guess not activate, just summon, and then we're gonna go ahead and discard the Nib. Effect. Original, simple, spoil, Snake Eye. We're going to activate. We are going to send the Poplar. And then we're going to summon Ash from our hand. And then we're going to do... We are going to do... Ash chain 1, Poplar chain 2. To place, and then we're gonna go ahead and add the Ponyx in this situation. Okay, again, we're still playing around Nib and everything, so pretty good. And then here we'll just activate the Ash. Yeah, because I want to keep. Damn, this is tough. Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, we'll send these two, because we still have plenty of fire monsters. So Droll or Nib, like or Nib at this point, we're covered. We're covered. We are summoning off of Ash. I'm so used to, like, when I send 2 monsters for something to go in my extra deck, but Yeah, we're just summoning that. So Oak Chain 1, we're going to go ahead and special the Ash because we already used Poplar. And then we will use Oak Effect to unfortunately summon the Flameburge. And at this point, we will just link to. What do we go for here? What do we go? So I can't do Sunlight Whip because it needs 2 fire monsters. Yeah, I think Masquerena. And then we will go ahead and activate Flameburge effect. Again, I think at this point, yeah, we will just start linking 3 effects. And then we're going to bring back the Flameburge. And then we're going to link 4 here. And then we're going to go for Whale. Wherever Whale's at. Already here. And then we will activate Flameburge. Yeah, I mean this hand is like was kind of nuts. Like we had the ability to play through like Nib and everything. So it pretty good. The one thing maybe not Droll, but we wouldn't be able to play through both. That's the problem. Committing the normal summon was probably like the best option because I'd rather get Drolled than Nib because Nib is just such a pain for this deck because I lose all my bodies. But we're not done. We're going to go ahead and activate the Wanted. Banish because we don't really care if this stays in our grave because we have follow-up for next turn. And then let's see what kind of top deck I could get. Put it at the bottom. Oh my god, that's a crazy top deck. And then, so the question is, do we set it? Like, we have protection from the Nib. Yeah, I don't really care. So we'll set it. And if they do Nib, we'll just activate, right? Like, tribute this. And then pass, right? During our opponent's turn, we just have so much, man. We have Princess in the Grave. We have Ambler Whale. We got IP. We got the Negate still. And then we'll have extra bodies because we're going to send off a Flameburge. It's just too good, man. It is too good of a deck. All that off of like 1 card, which is absolutely insane, man.